Hi everybody, today I'm going to walk through some steps in creating a design for the SHINEON Acrylic Heart. I've been playing around with these and I'm having so much fun with them. I'm just going to show you a couple. What we're going to do today is go just on the fly, create a new design, and I'm going to publish it to my Shopify store. If you don't have a Shopify store, there's a link in the description below where you can sign up for a 3-day trial just to check it out and see how you like it. You also need an app called TEEINBLUE. TEEINBLUE, I don't have a link for that yet. You can go into your Shopify and just go to your apps and search for TEEINBLUE, all one word, and it'll bring up the app for you. You can install that on your store. So I'm just going to show you a couple of the things that I've done. Oops. So this is one that I had created for a t-shirt design, and I thought that it might make a cute acrylic heart, and I think it is very cute. So I have this set up for 11 different grandchildren. I have the heading here that you can type in whatever you want. I love this personalization on the SHINEON products because it's very competitive with the non-personalized products, and people really love the personalization. So we can say nanny, we can say grandpa, you can say I love my nan. You can put any text you want in there. The more letters you put in there, of course, the smaller the text is going to get because it has to fit in there. And the children's names are updatable as well. So Brandon. So you can update any of these names, all of these names actually. And I have it set up for anywhere from 1 child right up to 11. And all these names are customizable. So I really enjoy doing this. I like showing you how I do it, and I hope you enjoy following along, and I hope you'll give it a try. This is a mock-up that I made myself using the design template. I just skewed it a little bit, and I got a little picture of a coffee table off of one of the stock sites and played around with it until I got it looking the way I liked it, and I think it looks pretty good. So if you try that for 1 child, I love it. So we're going to get started now, and we're going to get some elements together, and we're going to make a customizable SHINEON acrylic heart design. So the first thing I need to do is go into my Shopify store here. This is my live view. I got 5 people visit today. I'm not advertising anything right now, so that's not bad, I guess. It's a little slow these days. No big occasions going on here. Can't wait for Christmas, for the ornament season to start. So I'm just going to go into my apps here and open up TEEINBLUE Product Personalizer. I'm not going to actually click on it because I already have it open. This is another one that I did, the dog with the photo. That was a little tricky to do, but it worked out okay. Just show you the, yeah. Okay, so the first thing you need to do before you do any project is you need to go to product base. I already have the product base for the acrylic heart set up, and that's your starting point. But if you didn't have it already set up, just go into product base and you go to import product. Now you need to have SHINEON set up on your TEEINBLUE account with an API. So if anybody would like for me to connect an API, show them how to connect an API, I'd be more than happy to do that. So if you scroll down, you'll find the acrylic heart here somewhere. It's in these products, and all you have to do is click import on that. Now I'm not finding it right off the bat. I'm going to search it. Okay, here it is, acrylic heart. So you just hit import, it'll bring it in, and you can start designing. So I already have it brought in. So the next thing I'm going to do is set up some artwork for this acrylic heart. So I'm going to go into artwork. These are some of the ones that I did. I'm going to go new artwork, and I'm going to call it, what should I call it? I'm not sure what to call it yet because I don't really know where I'm going with this. I don't even know what I'm going to put on it. I'm just going to call it Sample Acrylic Heart. I can rename this after I'm done. So the category here is Acrylic Heart or Acrylic Displays. I already have that set up. If you don't have the category to match your product, you can just hit New Category, type in your new category name, and hit Create, and it'll be there for you. It just helps sort out your artwork so that it's easier to find if you need to find it. Okay, so for print area, artwork size, we need to know how big we need to make our artwork. So 1600 by 1600 is definitely not the correct pixel count for that. So we're going to go import print area size, and we're going to choose our product that we're making. So that will tell us. I have another acrylic block here that I had set up from a different provider. I liked it, but the cost to have it shipped here, they're made in Vietnam, and the cost to have it shipped to Canada and the States was really high, so I decided to stick to the SHINEON. Okay, so acrylic heart. Now you see the print area for that is 2941 by 2941. So we're going to select that, and it's going to format our artwork to the correct size. So up here in this left hand corner you see that you have the name of your artwork and the print area size. Okay, so the next thing we need to do is we need to bring in our template so we know where our design has to go. So I'm going to go into image because I've already uploaded the template for that, and I know that is on my 4th page of images right now. So this is the template. I modified it a little bit from what I downloaded from SHINEON. So this just gives you your boundaries. This is where all your artwork needs to go. The black is the cut line. That's going to be the very edge of the acrylic heart. Anything in the pink area is not considered a safe zone. So if you put anything in here, it may or may not be printed. So it's okay to put design in here that is not critical if some of it gets cut off. But any text or images that must show up properly needs to be within this pink, inside the pink space here. Okay, so now we need to get some elements. I have too many tabs open. I'm just going to close some of these here. Now my go-to for design elements for just about everything that I do is either VecDeezy or Creative Fabrica. I'm a subscriber to these sites, and I have the links in the description below. This is some of the new products that SHINEON has. They just came out with these, I think, in the last day or so. They have a journal and a leather wallet. So that's a couple products to keep your eye on as well if you're into the SHINEON thing. And you can set those up, customize them on TEEINBLUE, and have the upper hand on anybody that's just putting out generic products. Okay, so I'm just going to close this. I don't need that open right now. I'm going to go into Creative Fabrica. And let's see. So I'm subscribed for it. You can subscribe for it. It works out to about $4.99 a month. It's billed as $59.88 a year. So if you're interested in that, just click on the link. So I'm just trying to decide what theme I'm going to go with here now. I find something that's touching, heartwarming, stirs emotions in the customers is the best thing to go with, because it's what sells your product. Emotion. People buy with their hearts, not their heads. So let's see. Let's type in weddings is always a good one. Wedding clip art. Now, this is really nice. These are bridesmaids and brides. You can download freely this. Doesn't cost you anything because it's you're subscribed. You can download anything that you want. I'm not going to get into that much detail today. I'm planning on getting this package and setting these up because that's one of the things that people really, really like is anything to do with weddings. They got a lot of new clip art on here. If you're wondering how to set up clip art on TEEINBLUE, I have another video and it's about setting up best friends mugs, and you can change anything at all on those. You can change their shoe color, their hair color, their skin tone, the drink that they're holding. It's all set up on my store and ready to go. So if you want to watch that video, it's in the links in the description. What shall we put on here? We want something that's going to fit into a heart. I kind of like these sunflowers. I'm just going to go in here. I like her graphics, Le Coq design. She has some beautiful things. I'm just going to click in here. So I'm doing this all on the fly now. I have no idea what this is going to come out as. She got a whole bunch of new hairstyles as well. Graduation might be a good one. Oh, this is cute. Valentine couples art. I'm going to go with that one. It's not Valentine's Day, but it will be next year. So this shows you exactly what's in this package. It has all the different men's clothing, all the different girls' clothing, the hairstyles, the background, the balloons. I'm going to leave the heart balloons out of it. Okay. And it shows you some of the products that you can make with this clip art. So we're going to set this up so you can change their hair color and their hairstyles and whatnot. So let's just download that. And give it a second here to download. I've been playing with this and I got to say, I've been having so much fun. The amount of products that you can create and the scope that you can scale it to is unbelievable. Any occasion, there's a print-on-demand product that you can set up for that. So if you took every print-on-demand product on SHINEON site alone, not to mention Printify or any of those other sites, and did them for all the major occasions, did 10 or 12 designs for each one, you could stock your store up really good. As a matter of fact, that's what I'm trying to do right now. I'm trying to stock my store up. So this is my 6th video of setting up new products through TEEINBLUE for personalization to put on my store. And my plan is to have a big pile of products in my store that people can choose from at Christmas time. I really love ornaments. I do tons and tons of the acrylic Benelux ornaments. I do them myself. I sublimate them. But I get all my orders through my Printify account. Sorry, not my Printify account, my Shopify account. And they're all customized by the client. Whoever's buying them, customize them the way they want. And when I get the order, I just go in and download the file, do what I need to do with it, print it out, and press it, stick the ornaments in the mail to the customer. And I've had so many happy customers. I can't tell you how many thousands of these that I've done over the last couple of years. So I'm just opening up this clip art. I'm going to extract it. Okay. So now I'm going to close this unzip machine out here. And I'm going to go back into my TEEINBLUE. So before I can proceed with this, I need to upload some images. So I'm just going to say image. Click here to upload. And I'm going to go into my downloads folder. This is where I just extracted all these clip arts that I just downloaded. So I'm going to double click on that. And now it's showing me all the different clip art. So I need, let's see, I'm going to import one of each thing. So I'm going to import a man's body, a man's head. So I just click on it, hold my control key, and choose the ones that I want. Man's head, a woman's body, a woman's head. Where are the women's heads? Right here. Man's hair, a drink. What else? We want this little tree here. Did I have ladies' hair yet? No. So I'll choose this hair. So I'm just going to say open here, and that's going to import all those into my images, and then I can just upload, grab them and put them on my heart template and play around with them and put them where I want. When I get them all put where I want, then I have to go out of the artwork, go into assets, and then upload sets of images to match the base images that I have in my artwork. Okay, so they're all uploaded. You have to hit reload, and it takes a couple minutes sometimes, but it didn't take too long that time. Something that I'm missing here, I didn't get the tree, so I'm going to hit reload again. There it is. Okay, so I'm going to select the tree. So here we go, we got this tree in here now. So I think I'm going to make it a little bit small. Oh, shoot, sorry. I'm going to make it a bit smaller, just so that it fits in here a little bit better. And I'm going to give it a little spin here so that you can't see the bottom of this tree trunk. And move it up another little bit. Okay. So that's that one. Now I'm going to go back into my images. There was a background file there I didn't get. So I'm going to go back out in here and I'm going to grab that background file. Let's see. This is the background file. So I'm just going to double click on that and wait for that to upload. And I'll hit reload. Sometimes if it's a little bit larger file, it takes more time to upload. Nope. Just wait, wait, wait. Here it is. So finally uploaded. I'm just going to hit select here now. Okay, so this layer is showing up on top of the tree, which we don't want. We want to haul this down underneath the tree. And we want to choose that layer and drag it out so that it covers the entire heart. Now you can make it bigger than the heart if you want to be able to reposition like the sun or... Okay, I think that looks pretty good. Alright, so that's that much. So I'm going to go back into my Creative Fabric just to see how they got this set up. Okay, so the guy is sitting down, the girl is in his arms. So she's positioned behind the guy. She got a drink in her hand. He got his drink laid down here. These you can't update the beverages because it's her hand is designed to hold a wine stem. I do have lots of beverages uploaded here. I might be able to incorporate them. I don't know. Okay, so I'm just going to go back in here. I'm going to go image. Now I want to upload the girl's body. So that's next. And I want to upload the girl's head, which is this one, I think. Yep, and I want to upload the girl's hair. Select. And the drink. And now the guy's body. Select. Now these are way, way big, so we're going to scale these down now to make them look right. What else? We need his head and his hair and his hand. I didn't upload his hands. So here's his head. Here's his hair. Let's see what else. I need his hand. So I need to go back in here and upload the hand. Her hands are here and his hand is here. So I chose dark skin color for his head, so I'll choose the same skin color for his hand. Hers, I chose the light skin color, so I will choose the light skin color hand. So just make sure you hold your control key and you can choose multiple different things. So we're going to say open. Okay. So we're going to reload that. That shouldn't take very long. They're only little tiny files. Oh, there's one hand. That's her hand. Reload again, and that's his hand. So we're going to choose his hand, and we're going to upload her hand. So now we can start playing around with the sizing. I want to scale these down, and I want them all to be proportionate. The only thing that's not proportionate is probably the wine glass. So anything that I just uploaded, other than the tree and the background. Let's see, which one is the background? I think you can always tell which layer is which by just turning the visibility off on it. So that was her body. That's the tree. His hair. I'm just looking for the background here now. Because I don't want to scale that. I think the background is this one. Okay. This is the background right at the bottom. This is your template and this is your tree. So I don't want to scale any of those. So I want to choose all these above the tree. So I'm going to just click on the first one, go up to the last one that I want, hold my shift key. And that selects them all, so I can scale these down. I can just grab a corner now and drag it down and it'll resize all of them. I don't want to make it too small. Okay, so just click on a layer that's not selected to unselect these. So the first thing I'm going to do is grab his body. So I'm just going to move that over here. And I'm going to try and position the girl's body so that it looks like she's sitting in his arms. So I don't know how far down to bring her bum. Let's go into our creative fabric and see. It looks like their bums are pretty much aligned. Okay. Let's go back in here. I think that's good there. Okay. So next thing is her hand. We'll just move that aside. His hair, we'll move that aside, or his hand, sorry. His hair, we're going to grab his head. Now that should be underneath his sweater. So whichever layer is his sweater, is actually this one. A lot of times I'll double click on them and rename them just so I know which layer is which. Okay, so this is his head. We need to drag that layer down underneath his sweater. Okay, so this is the head. Where's the sweater? Okay, this is the sweater. Okay, so his head is underneath his sweater, and that's where we want it. And that looks pretty good to me. So we're going to put some hair on his head. So we'll just grab the hair and position it. Not really sure how this should go. Maybe it should be a little bit bigger. I don't know. We'll go with that for now. Now we're going to put his hand on him. So grab the hand. That also should be underneath the sweater. So you see how his wrist is up over top of the sweater? Just put it in place. Now you can just grab that layer and drag it down. Okay, so it's definitely under the sweater now. Okay. So this drink, we're going to move this over. We're going to move her hair over. We're going to take her head and we're going to drag it up here. Now that needs to be under her sweater and under his sweater as well. But we don't want it down too far because we want to be able to see her chin. Okay. So her body is right here and her head is directly on top of it. So we need to just drag that down by one. Now her head is underneath her sweater. Okay. So we're going to give her some hair. I'm going to turn off this guy's head and hair and body just so that I can see what's going on in here with her hair. That's her head. That's his hand. I'll leave that on. That's her hair. That's the drink. That's his head. And that's his body. So this hair is a little bit, I'm just trying to figure out how this hair needs to go on her head. I'd like to make that a little bit bigger. Okay. I think that might be okay. You want to see a bit of her forehead. A little bit. You don't want her hair right up the back of her neck either. You don't want it too small. So let's make it a little bit big. Okay, I think that looks good there. That looks kind of realistic. It's kind of a big hair updo type of thing. Okay, so while we got his stuff turned off, let's just grab the hand and put the drink in her hand. Her wrist needs to be under her sweater. Okay, so the hand is the one right at the top. Whoops, we went too far. Too far again. Okay, I gotta figure out which layer is her sweater. Okay, so I'm used to working with individual clothings. This is not individual clothings. This is her actual whole body is all in one piece of clip art. So I'm gonna have to zoom in and I'm gonna have to line her wrist directly with the cuff on her sleeve here. So let's zoom this in and let's scroll down so we can just, her hand is where? I should have renamed these layers. It's getting a little tedious just looking for them. Okay, so I think this is her hand. Yeah, so we can just very carefully so I got it really close. Now I'm just going to nudge it with my arrow keys to where I want it. So it's over and down. Back over a little. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. When that's actually printed, you won't even notice. You won't even be able to tell that it's not actually up under her sleeve. So let's turn him back on. Okay. So that all looks good. Now I'm just not going to zoom this out. I'm going to scroll over and get this drink now. And I'm going to zoom that over. I'm going to make it smaller. Now that got to go underneath her hand. So we can put it over first, position it. So it's not quite big enough. So we want the stem of the wine glass to come underneath her hand so it looks like she's actually holding it. It's a bit of a big drink. They look like they're going to have a bit of fun today. Let's see. Okay. Now, still not, I don't know if it was that big on their design. Let's see. Oh, okay. They got it on a slight bit of angle. You can see part of the base of the wine glass. Okay, so it's not quite as big after all. I'm going to go in and I'm going to do that with it. I'm going to, first of all, make it a little bit smaller. And I'm going to put it right about here. Give it a little bit of an angle. And I think that should do it there. So that got to be underneath her hand, which is where? There's her hand. I'm just going to double click in here and I'm going to call this girl hand. Now that won't show up in any of your artwork on your product page. And this one is, I lost a drink again. Yeah, usually I just go in and rename everything first. I'm going to call it girl drink. So now I know the girl drink got to go under the girl hand. There. I think that looks pretty good. I wonder, could we put his drink in his hand too? Maybe so. So let's find his hand. His hand is, yep, I'm going to call this guy hand. Now, and I'm going to copy the girl drink. So to copy, you just highlight, you hit your duplicate button here, and it made a girl drink copy. So I'm going to call that guy drink. And I know that that ought to go underneath the guy hand. So the guy drink, it goes directly under the guy hand. So we'll highlight the guy drink and just drag it over here. So it's on the wrong angle. We're going to tip it back a bit. And we'll just put it there like that. I'll maybe change the angle a tiny bit. Alright. So I think that looks pretty good. So I'm going to just zoom that out now. Just go up here to your zoom level. And we'll go back out to 50%. No, not enough. Let's go out to 33%. Okay. That looks pretty good to me. So now what we need to do, we need to set these skin, hair, everything up so that it's customizable. But we can't do that until we import our groups of artwork. So we're going to save this. So saving. We're going to go into assets. And we're going to go into clip art categories. Now everything has to go up under a clip art category. The hair, there's, let's see, there's a couple different hairstyles for the girl. That needs to go in a category group because each different hairstyle has to be its own category underneath a category group in order to be able to line them up properly. So we're going to create a new one. We're going to call this guy body. So we're going to say max display width. We'll leave that as is 500 pixels. Hit create. And we're going to click here. And that's going to take us out to our computer. And then we're going to upload from there. So we want to highlight all these. This is the guy body. So anything that's the same, only a different color, you click on the first one, you go to your last one, you hit your shift key and you hit enter. And you hit open. So that's uploading all these different guy bodies. So when that gets done, we're going to do another one. And we're going to keep going because anything that's customizable, you need to have the groups in here. Because that's what allows the customer to update it themselves. Okay, so we're going to say new category. Guy head. It doesn't matter what you call them. Like I said, nobody's going to see it except you. You're the designer, so customer's not going to see it. So we're going to hit create. Click here. So anything that's the guy's head, we're going to highlight those as well. So we'll start here. There's only 4 different ones. There's 4 different skin tones. So we're going to hit shift and we're going to say open. And those upload in a hurry. They're all done. So now new category. And we're going to call this guy hand. And we're going to hit create. And we're going to upload. This is the guy's hands. Upload that. I'm just looking to see, is there more than one type of guy hair? And I believe these are men's hairstyles. So there's 2 different men's hairstyles. So, okay, so we'll do this and then we'll deal with the men's hairstyles. I'll show you how to do that. Okay, so I'm going to say new category. I'm going to call it guy hair. And I'm going to hit create. But I'm not going to upload anything into that category. This is going to be a parent category. So I'm just going to hit save here. Now I'm going to say new category. And we're going to say guy hair 1. Because there's 2 different types of hair. And we're going to put it under the parent category of guy hair. And hit create. So now we're going to upload our first hairstyle. So the first hairstyle is this one. So there's 6 different colors there. Just hit your first one, hover over your last one, hit your shift key and click. Say open. So we're going to do exactly the same thing now, except we're going to call it guy hair 2. Oops. Now I got a lot of different hairs and categories and everything in there, so I got to be careful with the naming of it because I don't want it to clash with my other designs that I have up there. Okay, so guy hair 2. Our parent category is guy hair. Now see, I got 2 different guy hair here. Let's see. No subcategory. Okay, this got guy hair 1. This is the one we want. I should really go in and clean that up. Okay, so create. So now we're going to upload the second hairstyle for the guy. So this one, right over to this one. Now this one looks a little bit weird to me. I'm not going to upload that. The color is very similar here, but it looks smaller. So if I upload that, it's going to come out a little wonky. And if somebody chooses that hairstyle, it's going to come out smaller. So we'll just choose over as far as here. So hold your shift, enter, click, upload. Okay, so that's the guy hair. I think that's everything that we need to upload for this guy. So next thing we're going to do is the girl. We're going to call it girl body. I'm going to call it girl body for heart. Okay, so I think I got lots of girl bodies up there already. Okay, there's no parent category for this one, so we just hit create. Click to upload. Girl body, so you start here, hover over the last one, hit your shift key, and hit open. When those get uploaded, now we'll do the same with her head, her hands, her hand, I should say. I'd love it if you'd leave a comment and let us know where you're watching from. Okay, so next is new category. So this one is going to be called girl head for heart, acrylic heart. That way it's not confusing them with the other girl heads. So click. Girl head. There's 4 there, so we highlight them all. Open. Okay, that's the head. Now we'll do the hands, and finally then we'll do the hair. Girl hand for acrylic heart. Okay, so we're going to hit create, and we're going to upload her hand. So her hand is this one. So there's 4 of those there. And we're going to upload. Okay, now the fun begins. We're going to do the category girl hair as a parent category and upload each of the hairstyles as its own category of clip art. So we're going to call this girl hair for acrylic heart. No parent category. This is going to be the parent category. So we're going to hit create here and save. So now we're going new category. We'll choose parent category is the one that we just made here. So we'll scroll down. Girl hair for acrylic heart is the parent category. I got to have a look because I can't remember what styles. Okay, so we got a. We only got 2 styles. I guess everybody got long hair. Oh well, wouldn't work for me with my little short haircut. So there's 2 different styles. So there's braids and updo. We'll just call it braid and updo. Alright, so we'll start with the braid. Girl hair braid. And create. And now we go in and we click all those braids. Scroll down here. Start with this purple. And we'll end up over here with this light brown. So we'll hit shift and upload. I think it's time to go over the road. I gotta go around the corner to get a Tim's. Gotta have my Timmies. Okay, so those are all uploaded. We'll upload the next hairstyle. New category. We'll call this girl hair for heart. I'm doing this on the fly. If I had this planned out, I'd have everything named that I need to name. I'd have it all written down. It would be done in a very orderly manner. But because I'm just going with the flow here, I just didn't do any of that. Just had a little whim to do this video and I went with it. So our parent category is girl hair. See, I got all kinds here. Girl in her cat's hoodie. Girl in her cat's skin. I got all kinds. Okay, so our parent category is girl hair for acrylic heart. And we'll hit create. And oh, I'm going to call this updo. Okay. So we'll hit here. Okay, so all these updo hairstyles we'll just grab and upload. Okay, so now that we got all those uploaded, I think that's everything that I need to upload. I'm going to go back to my artwork. And I'm going to go back into edit. And now we got to set it up to customize each of these things. So the guy body, I'm going to click here. I'm just going to make sure that that's him. Yep. I'm going to call this guy body. And you only just got to click on the name and it allows you to update it. Okay, guy body. We'll go in here and the personalization settings, because it's not text, it's a totally different personalization screen that it gives you. I'm going to choose one clip art category. The option title is going to be man's body. Now this is what the customer is going to see, so make sure your punctuation and everything is perfectly good, because over here this is where it's going to show up. Man's body. So it's going to show all these little thumbnails of the different bodies and sweaters that they can choose. So select one clip art category. So now it's going to be guy body. Okay. So it shows the different bodies that you can choose from here. So that's set up properly. Mark this option as required. Yep, they need to choose something there or they won't be able to check out. Okay, so that's that one. Next one is, what's this? This is his hair. That's her hair. This is his head. So we're going to call this guy head. So remember, what you type in over here, only you can see, but when you go in to customize it, what you type in there is what everybody can see. So one clip art category, we're going to call it man's head. And The clip art category is going to be guy head. So you can see there's his head. You can choose whichever one you want. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do, I'm going to save this work because the other day I was working for about 2 hours on a design and something happened. TEEINBLUE told me I had to log back out and log back in, and when I did, all my work was gone. So I just saved that, so I'm at least good up until this point. So next thing I want is his hair, and then I have to do his hand. So that's her hair. I'm going to call this girl hair. I'll do it while I know where it is. Okay. Okay, that's his hair. We'll call that guy hair. Okay, so I'm going to go in and customize that now. One group of clip art categories. We'll call it man's hair. Select one clip art category. So I can also type, I don't have to scroll to look for it. If I got a big lot of things and I know what it's called, that's the benefit of having it written down, because you know what to type in to search for. Because these can get pretty crammed up after a while when you're making these things all the time. So we called that guy hair. So there's two different types of hair here. So if I click on this, it's not going to work. You don't click on one clip art category when you got multiple different things in there. You need to you need to click on one group of clip art categories, then you choose your parent category. So my parent category was guy hair. So this is the parent category, and these are the subcategories. And the reason they're grouped into subcategories is because they're a totally different shape. Each hairstyle is a different shape, and it'll fit different on his head. So when you add a group, you need to take each different element in the group and position it. So we only got 2, so it's not too bad. So we're going to choose the parent category is guy hair. Okay, and now it says show clip arts to reposition. So now we got two different hairstyles here. So we go reposition. Okay, so that's what this hairstyle would look like on this guy's body, on his head. That does not look good to me, but it's in the right position, I think. Maybe not. So we just need to move it down a little bit, reposition it a tiny bit to where it looks good. I still don't think that looks good. I don't really like that hair. Okay, so show clip arts to reposition. For this one, just hit reposition and it replaces it with that type of hair. Oh, good Lord. I don't know what type of hair this is. I think, that's a little weird. Maybe we have to make it a little bit bigger. Yeah. Okay. He's not the best, it's not the best looking hair I've ever seen, but it'll do. So it's done. Looks kind of funny because it's on a black man with really bright blonde hair. That's why it looks so not good, I guess. Alright, so that's that one. If we need to go in and adjust it later, we can. Now you notice that whenever there's a parent category, you don't get the thumbnails. You get a drop down list, and then when you click on the subcategory, it should show you the, it shows you the clip arts then. So if you change your subcategory, it'll show you a different set of clip arts. There you go. Alright, so that's the guy. I didn't do the hand yet. I need to do his hand. So I'll just back out of here. Guy hand. Edit. One clip art category. Man's hand. Okay. Select the category. It's guy hand. So here you go. So now it'll show you all the different hands. So if I click on reposition, I shouldn't have done that. If I didn't do that, it would have stayed exactly where it was. Now I reposition it, I got to drag it back where it needs to go. I only usually check reposition when I'm doing hair. Okay. Alrighty. Okay, that's his hand. Okay, so that's him all done now. So now we got to do her hair, her body, and her hand and her head. So the next thing we need to do is get the girls. We'll do the hand. So click on girl hand and one clip art category. We'll call it woman's hand. Now we can reorganize the order of these after we're done. So we can put them in a logical fashion. We can put both hands together, both heads, both bodies. Because that's how they're going to show up. However you reposition these, when you hit this reorder button, that's how it's going to show up on your customer screen when they go into your product in Shopify. Okay, so woman's hand. Select one clip art category. Girl hand. Okay, girl hand for acrylic heart. So as far as I'm concerned, this is going to be the same, but if I hit reposition, it's going to move it, and I'm going to have to reposition it again, which I don't want to do that. Okay, so we got woman's hand. Go back out of that, and we'll choose, what's this one? That's the girl's body. I'm just going to double click on that and call it girl body. Okay, so now that's called girl body. Just go into your edit, one clip art category. We'll call it woman's body. And select the clip art category. Girl body. Girl body for heart, I think that's what I call it. Yep. Okay, so we got all these different shirt colors here on her body. That one's done. Next thing is her head. So, yep, it's this one. I'll just call this girl head. This might come in handy for later because now that I have this design set up, I can reuse it. I can reuse all these elements in a different product, and I can reuse it on a different print area because I can just scale it down. Everything on there will scale for me. So I can put this on a Christmas ornament, I can put it on a t-shirt, I can put it on pretty much anything that I want now that I got the design almost done. So girl head, we've renamed that layer. Just go in here into your little edit. One group of clip art categories, option title, woman's head. Select one clip art category. Girl head. Girl head for acrylic heart. Okay. And now all the different skin tones for the lady's head comes up here. Alright, so that's it. Now all left to do now is her hair. I'm not fussy on doing hair. I'm not really a hairdresser, let's say. It's not that. Girl hair, I must have already renamed it, did I? Yes, I did. Okay, I'm not going to play around with the order on these layers because they're all positioned the way they should be. I'm just going to leave them alone. I could probably do it in a little more organized fashion so that all the girl stuff is together and all the guy stuff is together, but it's working for me right now. Girl hair, let's go in. Now we got to choose a group of clip art categories because there's two different hairstyles. So the option title is women's hair. Women's hair. Select the group. We'll call it girl hair. Girl hair for acrylic heart. So we got the braid and we got the updo. So I'm going to choose this parent category. So right now if I click in here it shows both. So it shows them. The only thing I need to do now is make sure that these are fitting in here properly. So show clip arts to reposition. Click on that. So now we hit reposition. So it's going to initially show up on top of the guy. And I don't know what the point of all this lovely hair is for anyway, because you can't see it on her. Okay, so I'm just going to put it here. I'm going to make it a tiny bit smaller. So when you do this with the one that it shows you, it does it for all of them. Okay, so I'm just going to leave that there. Alright. And back out of here. I'm not going to back out of there yet because I have to do this one as well. So reposition. I shouldn't have to do anything with this one because I already had it positioned, but I just want to make sure. So I'm going to hit reposition. Okay. I think that looks good there. Like I said, most of the hair you're not going to see anyway because it's in front, behind his body. Okay, so that one's done. So hit done here. Okay, so we can go out of here. And I think that's everything. So we got her head, her body, her hand, and her hair. Now I gotta rename this because girl hair braid, girl hair. Yeah, I didn't realize that they would be able to see. I'll do that in just a second. Okay, so I'm going to save this and I'm going to apply it to actual product now just to make sure that I got this all done. When I get that done, then I'm going to add some text in here. So I'm going to hit save. Okay, so there's our artwork. Oops, before I do that, I'm going to go in here and I have to turn off this template. So turn the visibility off it by hitting the little eyeball here. Alright, and now we'll hit save. So I already have some products set up here, so I'm going to go into campaign. We're going to use the same product base as we used on these hearts here, the grandparents ones. So what I want to do with this is duplicate it. So I'm just going to go in here and hit duplicate campaign. I don't know why I'm showing up with just one markup here. Okay, so I'm just going to go in here and I'm going to take this artwork out. Remove. Okay. So I'm going to hit select artwork and I'm going to choose this artwork. Okay. So this is not working properly because if it was, you wouldn't see anything outside this edge. So I got to go in here. I'm going to add an overlay to that. If I can find it. I know I had it. I'm going to go into, let's see. Okay, acrylic heart mock-up base number 2. So this is the overlay that I need to put over top of that mock-up. So that's going to import that. It's going to put it over here. And it has the transparent area where the edges of this heart should be. So you're not going to see anything outside the edges. So as soon as that gets uploaded, now we're going to have a beautiful little mock-up here. Okay, so it's uploading. And there you go. So it shows you what it's going to look like. I'm going to hit save here. Alright. So that's how it's going to look so far. This is the mock-up that I created myself. I kind of like mine better. Okay. So now that you got that out into the campaign, you can actually check out some of the personalization. So the woman's head. So you can see the skin tone is changing. And you can also see that I should have repositioned these because they're very, very tiny. So if I choose this on the woman's body, see how her body moves? It's not really a big deal in this one, but compared to her head, yeah, they move all over the place. So I'm going to have to go in and do a little tweaking on that before I start doing my wording. Yeah, I should have definitely repositioned that. or at least her head. Now her hand, oh, see that one's way down. I don't know why that is. So her hand, I'm going to choose this color. And now her hand is out of whack. So it's a little bit of a game that you got to play here. Alright, so let's see what we got here. Choose her hair. We'll give her some dark hair. Give her some blue hair. Yeah. Okay. Girl hair braid. These hairstyles are very similar. Okay. But it's starting to look really lovely, so we're just going to go back to our artwork. Let's see what happens when you change his hair. His head. Yeah, now he got a great big head. Yeah, we definitely need to reposition. Now, his hair. So, let's give him a light head and some light hair. He's not a very nice looking guy. I think maybe I need to readjust his hair. And now check out his body. Check out his body. So yeah, it's a little bit bigger than the original one. Okay. Alright, so we're going to go in and we're going to pick at this now. And we're going to make sure that everything's right. And then we're going to add some text in here. And then we will publish this to my store. Okay, so back into artwork. Click here. Go into edit. So we need to customize, we need to reposition each one of these. So his guy body. Go in here, click reposition. Now whatever you set this as, that's what it should stay like for each of these. If they're all the same size and they're all cropped right to the edge, they should stay as they are. Okay. Alright, so that's his body. I'm going to hit save and I'm going to go back into my campaign just to make sure his body worked properly. Campaign. So, body. No, it didn't. Oh dear. What am I going to do? Okay. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. Body. So they must be just a slightly different size. So that makes me a bit angry. Alright. Let's go back into the artwork. Go into edit. So the guy's hair. Show clip art to reposition. Reposition this one. We're going to make that one a little bit bigger. And I think that looks okay there. Okay, I'm going to say done. Reposition. That's a horrible hairstyle. Maybe I got it too big. Nope. Wondering if that's not a girl's hairstyle. Okay. Whatever it is now. Hopefully nobody will pick that. I got a lot of other hairstyles. Maybe I should have. Maybe I should. Let's see. Clip art categories. Hair. I'm just going to type in hair. Male hair. I got a whole lot of clip arts for male hair. Okay, so let's try that one. That's probably not going to work because these are for back on hair from behind. And this is for side on hair. So that's definitely not going to work. So I'm going to have to go back in here and change that. Guy hair. Men's hair. Okay. So I'm not sure what's going on here. Choose a group of clip art categories. So we're going to choose guy hair. So I chose the wrong one. There was nothing in under that one. So click this one. There we go. So it wants to know which one is the default one. I'm going to go with this one. That's guy hair 1. So let's try it again. Reposition again. Done. This one reposition. Really hate that hair. Really hate that hair. So weird. Maybe this. Try that like that. I'll say done. Okay. Alright. Now, what else do we need to do? We need to reposition his hand. Guy. Hand. Let's go in here. Hit reposition. And it's repositioned. If the sweaters would all stay the same, it would be perfectly normal. I have a way I can figure out if all these men's bodies are different shapes or not, and I'm going to fix that right now. I'm going to go into Photoshop. I probably have too many things open here, but there's a script in here where you can load files into a stack. So I'm just going to click load files into stack. This is a more advanced Photoshop technique. That's how I'm going to see if they're all the same size. So I'm going to browse to that folder and I'm going to select those men's body files. And this is going to tell me if they're all the same size or not. So I'm going to click here, click all these. Now it's going to load all these images into one Photoshop document stacked on top of one another. And I can check and make sure they're the same size. I'm going to say OK here. Because that's really bugging me. Shouldn't be like that. They should match perfectly when you set them up to readjust. Yeah, you can see they're all over the place. So that's no good. We don't want that. They're different sizes. The green one is a different size than the rest, and I don't think they're different size. They're just lined up differently. So we need to center all those in the center, and then we need to crop. We need to crop that out, crop it to the edges so that there's no outside space, because that takes up space that you don't see, and that's what makes it off alignment. So I figured out what the problem is, and I'm going to fix it. Sorry to have to put you through this. If you're not a Photoshop person, it probably doesn't make any sense to you. Photoshop is my absolute best friend when I'm working. Okay, so still loading those files in here. Anytime you have something that's not staying where it should stay, when you change the element, it's because it's not set up properly. They're either not the same size or they're not aligned properly. So we're going to align all these to center so that they all stack perfectly on top of one another. Like one is not over here and the other one is over here. And then we're going to crop them so that there's no white space, no unnecessary white space around. I'm just looking at my video here. See, my wall on the background is in bad need of a paint job. So please excuse that. Okay, So I think they're all loaded into the stack here now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight every single layer. Hold your shift key. Now I'm going to go into my selection here, into my arrow, my move tool. And then right here there's some centering buttons. So I'm going to hit this one. That should align everything to center. So see what happens. Yeah, it aligned everything to center. Now you see some are higher than others. I'm going to hit my horizontal, my vertical center. Okay. Excellent. So now they're all aligned. I'm going to just right click here and I'm going to say select pixels. And I'm going to crop this entire document. I'm going to say image crop. Okay, so now that I have it cropped, I can hit D. Now there's another script. Okay, you can go export layers to files. Now that's what I want to do. It's going to take each one of these layers now and it's going to output it as its own file. And now we're going to have files that we can upload and it will work. I guarantee it. No ifs, ands, or buts. So our destination is going to be the same destination as before. This Valentine couples. Okay, so that's going to be our destination. And we're going to call it man's body. Man's body. Oh, no, we're not. It's going to save them all with the name of the layer. So they're all individually named here. I'm just going to call it REV dash. And it's going to save it as PNG with transparency, which is exactly what I want. So we're going to hit run. And while that's running, I'm going to go into my folder here somewhere. Go into your folder. I abuse my computer. I put it to the test every single day and it usually doesn't fail me. Sometimes I give it to more than it can handle and it lets me know it just won't do anything. So I'm going to go into that folder now and you can see them being created. So REV and the name of the file. So we're going to go in and we're going to add a new clip art category. And we're going to upload these files and we're going to replace the other ones with the ones that, the one that was there. Okay, so export layers to files was successful. So let's go back into our TEEINBLUE now. We'll hit save on this artwork. So I hope I don't have to do that with every single element. It's a good idea to check that stuff first, but I didn't. So I'm going to go into clip art categories again. I'm going to create a new clip art category. And it's going to be, call it man's body revised. And that's the one we're going to use. So I'm going to upload those files now. And I guarantee you we won't have that same problem again. Not with his body. Now we might have it with some of the other clip art. And I might have to go ahead and do that. But I hope not. But I'm pretty sure that I probably might have to do it. Especially with her body and a couple of the heads and a couple of the hairs. So we want the ones that say REV. So that's all these. So we're going to upload these. Okay. Reload. Yep, they're all uploaded. I'm going to go back to my artwork now and I'm going to replace that clip art with the new ones that I just did. So the guy body, we're going to go in here. Clip art category I chose was man's body revised. Okay. Alright, so when we hit reposition, gives us, oh, I'm not happy with this artwork. I didn't see this white on the back of this. I'm going to have to go in and inspect all these elements. I'm really surprised because her artwork is usually impeccable. Okay. If you got a real light background, that wouldn't make a difference, but alright. So let's save this now, and we'll go back into our project and we'll see what happens when we change his sweater. I didn't save that, did I? I made a copy. Okay, here we go. So let's change out his clothing. See, he's not moving. It's all perfectly aligned, and that's the way it should be. Excellent. So that's the solution to that problem. If you ever run into it, you need to load all the files into one Photoshop file. Make sure they're aligned and they're all the same size, and crop them and re-upload them. Okay, we'll try it on this mock-up. Oh yeah, I love this. That white spot gotta go though, and that's on all of them. And that's annoying as heck. Huh. I'm not doing it over now. I'll do it a little later. I just want to get this design finished. So let's see her body now. Does her body change as well? Yep, it does. Look. Now that really pisses me off. I'm glad I didn't pay. Well, actually, I guess I do pay for it because I pay for my Creative Fabrica subscription. Yep. Those need, the exact same thing needs to be done with that. Good Lord in heaven. Let's go back and do it again. Before I do that though, I'm going to put, I'm going to fix these up. It bugs me. Control Shift in. I'm going to add a new black layer on the bottom here. I'm just going to fill it in with black. And I'm going to drag it down. That one doesn't have it. Trying to see where that white spot is. Which sweater that's on. I don't see it in here. It's strange. Nope, it's not there. So weird. Okay, forget that. Let's close this one. We'll close this document. I'm going to do the same thing with the girl's body. Okay, I'm going to go load files into a stack. Browse. The girl's body files. These are the ones that I want to load into the Photoshop document. And say OK. And what's it going to say OK here? So that's going to create one document, and we're going to see, oh yeah, they're very much not aligned. As soon as that gets loaded up now, I'll center those up as well, and I will crop them out, and I'll export them as their own files, upload them back into our group, and then the girl's body will be good to go. If there's any more that are out of whack, I'm not going to do them right now. I'll wait till later to do them, because I want to show you how to set up the customizable text and how you can find some cool text to put on this art. Yes, I just turned my camera off because I'm having a smoke. Okay, so we need to see our layers palette. So I'll just hit F7. Okay, F7. There's our layers. So we're going to highlight all these layers. I'm going to go into my Move tool. I'm going to horizontally and vertically align these ladies' bodies, and I'm going to right click, select pixels, and hit image crop. Okay, Control D. Now I'm going to export each of these layers to its own layer. Each of these layers to its own file, I should say. So export layers to files. Every time you go to do something and it seems really, really simple, there's always bound to be something to come up that knocks you back a bit. And it's good to know all these little tricks, because otherwise, how would you ever know what to do with this? I've been playing with Photoshop for, I'd say, 25 years. I started with Paint Shop Pro, and I gradually graduated into Photoshop, and I've been learning it ever since. I'm still not an expert by any means, but I do know a lot, I got to say, and I'm pretty proud of myself for it, because I didn't give up in times when I should have been doing something else. I've been picking with this Photoshop, and it's expanded my knowledge to the point where I can make a full-time living doing what I'm doing. Okay, so this is the destination folder where we want it, so it's the same one. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to put a prefix on here as REV. And it's going to save each of these layers as its own file. Then we'll upload them. Okay, I'm going to hit run. And go into our folder here. And it should be making our new ladies' bodies. Yep, here we go. So just give it a minute while that gets uploaded, and then we'll swap those out. Okay, export layers to files was successful. So that's good. We'll go back into our TEEINBLUE portal. We'll go back into our artwork. And we'll edit. Now we want the girl body. And we're going to go in here now, and we're going to, shit, that's not what I should have did. Cancel. We're going to go into our assets and our clip art categories. So I could, I guess, go into girl body for heart. I don't know if I can delete these or not. Maybe I can. I don't know. Yeah, I can actually. I can delete all these. I don't know if I can select them all to delete. Nope, probably not. Probably easier just to make a new category, but I'm going to delete them. Delete, delete. And then I'll upload the new ones. And that way I shouldn't have to modify my category in my artwork. Okay, I'm going to upload the revised ones there now. So we want the one that say REV, so I'm just going to hold my control key and click the ones that I want. Okay, so we'll say open. These are all uploading now, and now when I go back into my artwork, these should replace the ones that were already there, and it should work fine. Okay, so we're going to go into our artwork, edit, girl body. So we're going to reload these now because we changed it. Hit reload. I assume it reloaded. Let's try it and see. Reposition. Yep, we need to reposition it. So we want to reposition it so that it's lined up properly with her neck. It's showing it on the top layer right now, but when you save it, it will save down into underneath the guy. Okay. So we don't want any gap between her neck and her sweater. And we should probably make it a tiny bit bigger because her bum and his bum were aligned before, right? Alright. There. Okay. So let's save that, go back into our project. In campaigns. And this still says Proud Grandparents. I haven't updated the name on it yet. So her body's here now, and we're going to click on her clothing and see what happens. Okay, it looks good to me. This is set up so that these are mandatory. They have to choose one. Okay, so that looks good. Her hand is a little out of whack here. I don't think the hands, I hope the hands aren't bad. I'm just going to leave it as is for now. I'm just going to find some text to put on here now. Let's look at the other mock-up and see how it looks. Oh, it looks great. And you can see there's a little bit of transparency in this mock-up. You can see right through. You can see the edge of the table. Okay, so back to the artwork. So I wonder what I should put on here for a verse. Let's go into our sample. I want to turn our template back on so I know where to line the wording up. I'm going to go into Google and I'm going to look for just some ideas. Couples, graphic gift. I'll get an actual verse. I'll go into ChatGPT and find something. Let's see. What does this one say? Matt and Linda, for all the adventures to come. So why don't we put both their names on there and put down life is a picnic, maybe? Let's see. Looks like they're having a picnic. Let's go back into our TEEINBLUE. So let's add our text in here. Our default text is a Roboto font. I have some really nice fonts that I've uploaded. Just go into here and I'm going to click on custom fonts. Font family, I'm going to pick Bentley script is a little bit faint. I don't like that. Let's try Betty regular is nice. That's a little, I don't know. Enchanting script is a little frou-frou. And that's a little faint as well. But I think I might, no, I don't think. Let's see. Siblings, what's that one like? Siblings is cute. We'll go with siblings. Okay. So click off of there. Now you got your font chosen for your first text item. Oops, I don't want to move that. That got to stay where it is. Okay, so our text is up here. So we're going to go in and we're going to call that, our default text is going to say, his name. I'm going to put this here and I'm going to make it a little bit bigger and it's going to look like it's not going to blend into those leaves, but I'll fix it so that it will. So we're going to make this bigger. Let's choose say 240. Okay, so to make this blend into here and differentiate so that it's easier to read, I'm going to add a stroke to it. So I'm going to say enable stroke. Right now the stroke color is set to a dark color. I'm going to choose like a bluey color. And I'm going to make the stroke. I'm going to click on the up arrow until you can pick it. Okay, so that blue is not really the same blue as this. So let's just play around a little bit until we get something that matches pretty good. I get a little bit carried away when I'm designing. I could spend all day at this. I know you guys don't have a whole lot of time probably, and probably don't want to watch the whole entire thing with me playing around here. But this is the process. This is the process that I use to get beautiful, beautiful designs. And I must say, people really like my designs. So we kind of want it a little bit faint. I think that's good there. And I'll say, okay, so his name now will show up. Whoops. Let's go back out. Let's, okay, his name. So we're going to duplicate that. We'll double click, we call this layer his name. Okay, we'll call this layer her name. Now they both say his name, so in her name I'm going to go in here and set the default text to her name, and it's overlapped there, so I'm going to go out and I'm going to drag it down. Okay, so we don't have any customization set up on this yet. We're just placing our text and seeing where it's going to be. Now for this one I'm going to change the stroke color because the blue doesn't really fit down here. Actually, maybe I'll just choose like a tan color for both. Let's see. Let's try that. Go into stroke. Whenever you want a tan color, go down into the oranges. And you can move it up a little bit or down a little bit. Make it a little bit darker. I like to make it the same color as that tree, so that it blends in with the tree. I think that's pretty good there. Okay, I want the same thing for this one, so I'm just going to click on this hex code here and highlight it and hit Control C. And click off of there. Now you click on this one, her name. I'm going to go in and I'm going to change the stroke color to the same thing. So I'm just going to copy, I'm just going to paste this hex code in here. I don't know why it's doing that. I'll just double click on it, I guess, and hit Control V. Now I got two hashtags. Just make sure you got the one there, and you should be good. Okay, his name and her name. Okay, so I need an ampersand in here. Ampersand, I'll just duplicate one of these layers, drag it up, and then I'll go in. I'm going to make this text a little bit smaller. And I'm going to go in here and change the default text to the ampersand. Hopefully that's part of his font. Yep. Okay. So I'm going to grab that. I'm going to reposition it to right here. And that looks like it's about the right size. Okay. That looks pretty good. Now, all we need to do now is set this up for customization and set this up for customization. But before I do that, I'm going to go into ChatGPT, and I want a little paragraph or something that pertains to life as a picnic. Okay, so I'm going to go in here. I'm just going to go into ChatGPT. Okay, so I'll go in here. I have an account with them. I don't know if you can get in there without an account. There's a lot of different AI text generators out there that you can use, or you can come up with your own. I'm going to ask it to write me a short paragraph about life with you is a picnic. Let's see what they give me. That's not a very short paragraph.
Life with me is like a perpetual picnic.
No.
Filled with delightful.
Write this paragraph much shorter and with simple language. It's thinking. It takes it a little while. Sometimes you ask it something and it got to think about it. Okay, ChatGPT, don't take all day now. I need it today. Maybe I stumped it. Maybe I gave it something it couldn't handle. I'm going to say, write me a very, very short paragraph about life with you is a picnic in, oh, gave me a network error. Let's try again. Oh.
Life with me is like a fun picnic. We have surprises and lots of possibilities. We explore, laugh, and enjoy. We talk, learn, and have a great time together. Every moment is special, and we make memories that last. Let's have a fantastic picnic together.
Okay, so I'm not going to use all of that, but I will grab that and I will modify it to what I need it. Okay, so I'm just going to highlight it all. I'm going to right click here, copy, back to my artwork, not my artwork, sorry, my TEEINBLUE, back to my TEEINBLUE portal. Now I'm going to add a paragraph. So to add a paragraph, you need to click the plus sign and click on paragraph. So just click on the paragraph. Up here where it says paragraph, you're going to edit again. Now you can just paste your text in here. So Control V. Now it puts it in as a paragraph. So the larger you drag out this box, the more space it's going to be. Now that you have it dragged out to the position where you want it, let's see, let's make it a little bit wider. I'm gonna modify this text as well. I'm gonna put a little bit of a blue stroke around it, but I'm also going to go in and I'm going to get that. What font should I use? I wonder. This is not a bad font. Roboto Slab. You can make that bolder if you like. Okay, I'm going to go with that one. And I'm going to go back here. I'm going to click here. I'm going to make this font a little bit bigger. And I'm going to change this text now. I'm going to give it a little bit of a blue stroke. Just a small one. Enable stroke. Blue. I wish this had an eyedropper tool so you could grab a color, but it doesn't. Let's make it a little bit bigger. Oh, that's ugly. Don't like that. Trying to get it so that it's similar to this background here. That's not bad there. Maybe we'll turn it up a small bit. Okay, so that should be good there. So I'm going to go back into my paragraph, to my default text. I'm going to say, life with you is a picnic. Life with you is a picnic. Okay. We're not going to say this, we have surprises and lots of possibilities. I'm just going to say every moment is special and we make memories that last. That's all I'm going to say. So we'll take that out. I'm going to hit enter here. Every moment is special. Every moment making memories with you. Is not special, we're going to say treasured. And I want to put a hard return here. So I'll just put my cursor there and hit enter. Okay, that's good. I'm going to just grab this layer now. And I'm going to make this text a little bit bigger again. Okay, I think this is lovely. Okay, so all I got left to do now is just make this text personalizable and this text personalizable, and then reorder these artworks. After I publish it, I'm going to go on and I'm going to check out all the different elements of it that need to be checked for sizing and positioning. Okay, so let's see. Here's her name. I'm going to go in here. I'm going to, there's a thing called auto scale when text is too big. I'm not going to turn that on. Nobody's name is going to be long enough that it will fill all this in and run over the edge. I don't think so. I'm just going to leave it as is. I'm not going to have that turned on. Personalization setting. Not going to add a toggle to show or hide this layer. This is a mandatory layer. We're going to click Enable Personalization. Option title is going to be her name. And the placeholder text is going to be her name. And everything will stay the same except for these two bottom ones. Mark option as required and show customization data on checkout. Okay, so that one is done. And now it should show up in here. Yeah, it shows up right down at the bottom. I'm going to reposition that up to the top when I get the other one done. His name, same thing. We're not going to turn on auto scale. Personalization setting, enable. Click in here, his name, and his name. So whatever you put in here, that's what's going to show up. The dark one in bold is the option title, and the faint one is the placeholder text. Okay, so this is going to be required and this is going to be required. Okay, so I think we're done. Okay, so what I need to do now is go reorder. So I want his name and her name brought right up to the top. And her name. Man's hair and woman's hair. Okay, so we're going to put the skin tone in first. Woman's head, man's head. Okay, so the woman's head and the woman's hand can go together. The man's head and the man's hand can go together. And then the man's body and the woman's body. Okay, so I'm going to hit save on that. I know I'll have a few little things to adjust afterwards, but that's okay. So I'm going to go into campaigns. First thing I'm going to do is rename this campaign so it looks silly. Proud Grandparents Acrylic Heart Copy. So I'm just going to call that Life is a Picnic Acrylic heart. I'm kind of rethinking this now. I'm kind of rethinking if I maybe should have put a white stroke on this. Or maybe made it a little bit lighter. Okay. Alright. Oh. That's my son. I'll tell him I'll call him back. Okay, so I think that looks pretty good. So now we can start customizing this. I'm going to bring up my own mock-up here. So his name is, do it for my son and his girl, Brandon. And, and Brandon and, forgive me. Hello?
Hello?
Hi, can I call you back in a minute?
Yeah, what you doing? I'm live, alright?
Yes, I am.
Alright.
Okay. Bye. He knew what I was doing. Okay, the one thing I didn't do is I didn't turn off the template. So you can see the pink edge around here. Okay, so I'll do that right now. Artwork. Edit. Go in and turn this off. Acrylic heart template. There. So we'll save that. Go back into our product. Into our campaign. Life's a Picnic. Acrylic heart. Okay. Okay, so we'll try it again. His name, Brandon. Her name, Nicole. And he is fairly light skinned. That's the woman's head. Okay, she's light skinned as well. You can see that the head and the neck doesn't line up. I'm going to have to adjust that. And we'll choose this for her hand. I got the dark going one way on the woman's and the light going the other way. So he's not that light. Okay, that needs to be lined up as well. So got these ups. I'm gonna have to fix these up. Okay. And let's see. He likes that color. She likes green. And she got, let's see, her hair, women's hair. She always wears her hair up in a big old updo. So this will match her just perfect. So I'm not, nope, she doesn't wear it down. I'd say this one for her. Yep. So now I know I got to go in and fix all these alignments up. I may have to import all these different groups into Photoshop to get them to align properly. I do have to figure out where this little bit of white is coming from on the back of this guy's sweater. What else do I need to do? Fix his hair. Let's see. Man's hair. His hair is kind of a dirty blonde. Yeah, not like that though. It's not curly like the other one. Let's try that. Nope. That'll do. But I will, I'll have to go in there now and fix all that up. I'm not going to publish it to my store until I get that fixed, but it's definitely a keeper, and I will be publishing it, and I'm pretty certain that I will be selling quite a few of those. I just wish Etsy would let you implement something like TEEINBLUE for the customers to do their own personalization, because you could absolutely kill it with these on Etsy. I am going to put it up to Etsy, and I'm going to give the person the option to go to my site and not purchase the product, but create the print file, so that I'll have the print file that I can send along with the order when they order in Etsy. These I got set up as $49.99 Canadian. It's probably low by SHINEON standards, because I know in the States they have a lot higher prices. But I love the design, and I'd like to know what you think of it. If you watch this video, please leave a comment and let us know what you think of this design. And if you learned anything, I'd love it if you would subscribe to my channel. That's what I'm doing here lately, creating new designs for my store. And as I do, I'm creating them on a live broadcast on YouTube so that I can show people how I'm doing. And if anybody's interested in popping onto the live, I'll be more than happy to answer their questions as I'm going. And a lot of things I still don't know. I've been at this for a couple of years now, so I'm pretty confident in my abilities in TEEINBLUE, setting up products. And I would really love to answer some questions for somebody. So until next time, thanks for watching, and I hope you come back next time. Have a good day.